Okay, so now we're going to determine which should be the incoming arc. Before I start, I just want to point out that on previous versions of the diagram here on the top right hand side, the upper and lower bounds were not the same for the diamond, the demand arcs going, let's say, from S to S bar. The other thing is that the non-basic arcs, instead of having F plus D, instead of having F minus D, it was F plus D, and I've corrected that. Okay, so now we're ready to move on. Okay, so the first thing is that the demand arcs, they're fixed at the various demand levels, 10, 50, 180, 10. So the question is, if I take minus 10 plus 8, I get minus 2. Is that a violation? Is it at its upper bound? Is it at its lower bound? So what it is that the fixed flow arcs don't have to be checked, because you can decide arbitrarily which one is at its lower bound or which one is its upper bound, and you can always have the proper equation satisfied. So we're going to ignore those. Now let's move on to the arcs. Let's start from right to left. Minus 8 minus 0 is minus 8, which is less than 0. So we're going to put some check marks on the arcs that we are, and then the same thing, minus 8 minus 0, that's okay. We are now going to do minus 10, from 2. So we're talking about this is at its lower bound. No, we are looking at the basic, non-basic arc going from S bar to T. And we're taking it's at its lower bound right now, it's at 0. So we take F minus T, so that's minus 8 plus 10, so that's 2, which is greater than 1, which is the cost on that arc. So this is a possible arc that could be coming in. Let's do the same thing with the arc going from M bar to W. We're dealing with from minus 2, so minus 8 plus 2 is minus 6, so that's okay. And now let's take this one, as we're looking from to 0, minus 2 is 2, which is greater than 1, which is also not, which is also infeasible. So they both have the same level of infeasibility. They're infeasible by $1, and so we can arbitrarily pick which one should be entering, and let's just decide that right now as this being the entering arc. And we'll clean up some of the check marks, and we'll start with this at this point for the next video.